Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Wednesday, March 24th, at 3:26 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 704 headlines from 108 feeds we checked to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Twitter apologizes after it incorrectly censors pictures from a Texas migrant center. Beauty store owner left beaten and needing surgery after attack in Texas. Mystery drones hovered over U.S. Navy destroyers off California coast, says report. Suspect in assault of elderly Asian man in Irvine wanted by police. How to watch Biden's first presidential press conference. GOP senator defends blocking voters from casting ballots on Sundays, remember the Sabbath. Biden froze border wall funding, now a government watchdog will decide if that was legal. Mac begs, transgender wrestler who rose to prominence for competing against women, it took a toll on me. Family of black teen accused of stealing cell phone files lawsuit. Asian American Army veteran beaten in clear hate crime in SF. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Browns hosted Jadeveon Clowney on a free agent visit Wednesday, but nothing imminent, source says, Cleveland.com. After anti-Asian violence, volunteers take to streets to form patrols, The Wall Street Journal. NASA helicopter took a piece of the Wright brothers' plane to Mars, CNET. Ever Given, the massive cargo ship that ran aground in the Suez Canal, is still stuck, CNBC. With a police raid and the threat of export curbs on vaccines, the EU plays tough, The New York Times. Historic image of black hole in polarized light from Event Horizon Telescope, NPR. How to watch Biden's first presidential press conference, CBS News. Americans back tougher gun laws, but GOP support plummets even after Atlanta, Boulder shootings, exclusive poll finds, USA Today. Outcome of Amazon union vote may be swayed by ineligible ex-employees, report, Fox Business. Slack Connect now lets you DM anyone, so long, work-life balance, Wired. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Chance the Rapper shares his tie to the Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Shrimp Tails saga. Evan Peters to play Jeffrey Dahmer in Ryan Murphy's upcoming crime series. Trump says he doesn't need Twitter because his press releases are more elegant. Fight over voting rights bill begins as Republicans say voter suppression isn't a problem. Megan Rapinoe tells Congress no level of status protects women from pay inequity. Ex-Trump vaccine chief fired from pharma board over sexual harassment claims. New documentary follows Cher on an elephant rescue mission in Pakistan. Psaki defends White House firing staffers over marijuana use, it is still illegal federally. Australian tree frog hops into famous newest Cadbury spokesbunny. The Glee cast is reuniting to honor Naya Rivera and her character's LGBTQ legacy. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. 33-year-old in hospital, loses leg due to COVID-19. Drive-through vaccine clinic offers a little hope. Incident at Asian restaurant sparks support. Woman catches state record yellow perch. Docs, mom, husband tried to hide son's body. 8-year-old boy killed in possible drowning at hotel. Owner says alderman retaliating after online posts. Nurse and correctional officer killed in attack by inmate. Black women are 73% of pregnancy-related deaths. How man went from convict to verified rapper. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. NCAA Tournament Live, Women Finalize Sweet 16. Is it time to cancel culture? Voting rights, vaccines, free diving, your Wednesday evening briefing. An unusually optimistic conversation with Bernie Sanders. Authorities seek a motive in the Boulder mass shooting. New York City mayor's race is up for grabs, poll suggests. Republicans fear flawed candidates could imperil key Senate seats. Senate Democrats take first steps on bill to expand voting rights. Atlanta shootings highlight wealth gap among Asians in the U.S. Woman on Zoom call is fatally stabbed by her son, authorities say. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Potential cancer-causing hand sanitizers found by online pharmacy. 1,400 migrant children to be housed at San Diego Convention Center, officials say. Charlottesville mayor says city rapes you and tells you to keep its secrets. Missing Sarm Heslop's boyfriend spotted on boat that British girlfriend disappeared from, eyewitness. Dana Carvey debuts spot on Biden impression on The Late Show. Sweet 16 again for Missouri straight women, 64-39 over Wright Street. Senator Ted Cruz, the border crisis is a direct result of Joe Biden's political decisions. Women's soccer stars join Biden to promote closing pay gap. Boulder officer Eric Talley remembered during heart-wrenching police procession. Brett Favre almost wanted to kill himself after quitting painkillers in the 90s. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Wednesday, March 24th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. FBI International comes to CBS and Paramount Plus, and new seasons of FBI, Most Wanted. Sweet 16 analysis, key stats, matchups to watch in this weekend's March Madness action. Stimulus check latest, track your relief payment from the IRS. Paramount Plus now exclusive English language home to CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers. Child tax credit, IRS not set up currently to provide regular monthly payments, says expert. Women's History Month, assessing pandemic's disproportionate impact on women in the workforce. Disney testing facial recognition tech for park entry. Spring training report, changing the baseball could lead to fewer home runs. Shelby Stoltz on MTV 16 and pregnant, those whole 9 months were a huge growing up process. Kimiko Glenn and Luke Youngblood on Baby Shark's Big Show, it caters to preschoolers, parents, grandparents. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Brussels in dramatic climb down as officials offer to work with UK to find win-win. Black bear takes down squealing hog by its neck. Boulder shooting, killer described as loner who lived in basement of his family's home. Facial reconstruction of King Tutankhamun's father shows he had similar features to his son. Finally, the male pill is here, so what does it do to your sex life? Ruthie Henshall describes being reunited with her dementia-stricken mother. John Humphreys, the EU row over COVID jabs has destroyed the faith of an old Remainer like me. Inside Prince Harry's Happy Clappy headquarters. Princess Eugenie says 1-month-old son August is the best present she could wish. American boyfriend of missing Sarm Heslop refuses to discuss his girlfriend's disappearance. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Israeli parties scramble for coalition partners after election leaves Netanyahu's fate unclear. Boris Johnson reportedly credits greed and capitalism for vaccine success, sparking debate. The link between anti-China sentiment in Washington and anti-Asian violence. Prince Harry takes a job at Silicon Valley startup, also joins Aspen Institute to fight disinformation. Putin's vaccine puzzle, why the secrecy over his jab? One of the world's biggest ships got stuck sideways in the Suez Canal, blocking traffic. Faced with sanctions and condemnation from the West, China becomes bedfellows with Russia. Puerto Rico cracks down on tourists flouting pandemic rules. COVID-19 live updates, more states to open vaccinations to all adults as coronavirus deaths rise worldwide. Watchdog, ex-Navy auditor sexually harassed female workers. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Joe Biden puts Kamala Harris in charge of stemming numbers of migrants at US-Mexico border, live. Whales sink after bright start as Romelu Lukaku seals Belgium comeback. Coronavirus live, Brazil approaches 300,000 deaths, England's pubs may be allowed to ditch social distancing. California governor picks Rob Bonta as first Filipino attorney general. Massachusetts school fires football coach over Auschwitz play call. No lie off limits for Boris Johnson. China-based hackers used Facebook to target Uyghurs abroad with malware. Mysterious swirling light gives new insights into black holes. ASIP can kill. Did a chemical company misrepresent data to avoid making a safer product? Former Olympic snowboarder Julie Pomigalski dies in avalanche aged 40. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Mass shootings add to mental health issues already affected by COVID-19. Myanmar home to freeze hundreds held for anti-coup protests. Trapped Sydney driver becomes first flood disaster fatality. Seattle Proud Boys leader pleads not guilty in Capitol siege. Virginia Woolf, Goldberg's star George Segal dies at 87. Newly confirmed Surgeon General to focus on COVID, opioids. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Egypt's Suez Canal blocked by huge container ship. Myanmar coup, 7-year-old shot as she ran into father's arms. Israel election, Netanyahu falls short of majority amid vote count. India, Delhi orders COVID tests at airports as cases surge. Uluru Waterfalls, rain brings unique sight to Australian landmark. Australian Art Festival cancels plan to soak UK flag in Indigenous blood. World's biggest coal company bets on solar power. China's biggest car brand to launch rival to Tesla. North Korea missiles, Biden says launch not provocation. Australia floods, saving a home from fires only to lose it in floods. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. FDA advisory committees will begin hearings on drug aimed at osteoarthritis pain. Masks, gloves become new Pacific Ocean pollutant. Visitors welcome U.S. Capitol fence removal. AP Top Stories March 24th. As more states open vaccines to all, others lift masking restrictions, California to resume in-person prison visits, live COVID-19 updates. New doubts over roles for Southern Baptist women. Prayers in Brazil amid pandemic struggles. Boulder shooting live updates, 21-year-old charged in rampage that monstrously struck down tenant supermarket, family says he's antisocial. Texas law enforcement adds to U.S. border response. Biden, North Korea missile tests no new wrinkle. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Irvine police seek suspect in assault stemming from altercation between dogs. Have you experienced anti-Asian racism over decades? We want to share your story. LA could roll back move to ticket sidewalk vendors who lack permits. Everything you need to know about the Echo Park homeless encampment. As prospect of Echo Park Lake closure looms, homeless people mull whether to stay or go. Sheriff Villanueva fights subpoena for his testimony on deputy cliques. Small brush fire breaks out in Playa Vista. San Francisco celebrates move to higher reopening tier, but at least one expert is wary. San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputy shot, suspect wounded after pursuit and gun battle. Los Angeles Police Department shooting outside Olympic Station adds to striking cluster of police shootings since last week. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Wednesday, March 24th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. A new double mutant variant of COVID found in India, Health Ministry. Brazil COVID crisis, fury after Bolsonaro says people will soon lead normal lives, screams of murderer and liar in major cities as president makes televised address to the nation on deadliest day yet. 60 largest banks in the world have invested $3.8 trillion in fossil fuels since the Paris Agreement. Big banks' trillion-dollar finance for fossil fuels shocking, says report. Soldier kills 7-year-old girl as she sits in her father's lap during raid on Mandalay home. Europe and US could reach peak meat in 2025, report. Fast growth of plant-based alternatives means consumption of conventional meat will start to fall. US Admiral says Beijing's ability to invade Taiwan much closer than most think. Brazil's 24-hour COVID deaths surpassed 3,000 for first time. Biden admin sanctions Chinese officials for abuses against Uyghurs. The Treasury Department also announced sanctions against military leaders in Myanmar for a campaign of violence and intimidation against peaceful protesters. Banksy superhero nurse painting sells for record price to fund NHS. In reversal, updated Israeli exit polls now show Netanyahu losing majority. Today Ireland steps up its ambition by making climate action the law, with a legally binding target of net zero emissions by 2050, and a 51% cut in emissions this decade. Suez Canal blocked after 400 m long container ship wedges against both sides of waterway. Myanmar, girl, 7, reported shot dead in brutal crackdown on anti-coup protesters in Myanmar. China slams Canada's treatment of First Nations in response to sanctions. The next headlines are from Forbes. Vietnam textile industry combats pandemic with PPE switch. Rapper and cannabis mogul Burner drops new line of organic hemp rolling papers. The Players Tribune announces Japan expansion. Derek Jeter stresses importance of unique athlete voices. Let LGBTQ people pee in peace, says new campaign. Why the Los Angeles Lakers need to make a move following LeBron James' injury. Hong Kong suspends use of Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine due to defective bottle lids. Free stuff. COVID-19 vaccination cards can get you, like Krispy Kreme donuts. The scramble for breaking news after events like the mass shooting in Boulder often does more harm than good. Brooklyn Nets contemplating several moves with trade deadline approaching. Former U.S. prosecutor faces internal investigation for 60 Minutes interview about Capitol riots. The next headlines are from Nature.com. COVID research updates. COVID viruses are mixing in infected people's cells. Coronavirus diaries, the COVID-19. An atom shuffles its electrons at ultra-high speed, and is caught in the act. What Newton did next, the power of self-deception, and how the new normal becomes normal, books in brief. Australia's oldest rock painting and a prestigious mathematics prize. COVID-19 recovery, science isn't enough to save us. Politicians must dial down the rhetoric over COVID vaccines. Form a climate club, United States, European Union and China. The fight against fake paper factories that churn out sham science. Solar panels that throw shade on canals are an environmental win-win. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,694,158,044 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Bollywood superstar Amir Khan tests positive for COVID-19. Chernobyl producer sister hires Black Mirror exec Lucy Dyke, launches Northern Production Hub. Singapore Prime Minister wins landmark defamation case about Facebook link. AEG to bring back first group of furloughed workers next month. Ted Hope joins Arizona State University's Thunderbird School. Michaela Cole, Gina Prince Bythewood, the 40-year-old version win NAACP Image Awards. George Segal, Goldberg's star and Oscar nominee, dies at 87. Evan Peters, Niecy Nash and Penelope Ann Miller cast in Ryan Murphy and Ian Brennan's Monster, The Jeffrey Dahmer Story. Entertainment executives discuss the post-pandemic future of the industry. Netflix announces The Circle, Too Hot to Handle premiere dates, TV News Roundup. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. The 2021 hurricane season won't use Greek letters for storms. The future of the pandemic in the U.S., experts look ahead. Boom or bubble, skeptics take aim at buzzy electric vehicle market. Trump teases starting his own social media platform, here's why it'd be tough. Works by Thomas Edison, Kermit the Frog inducted into Library of Congress. Massive container ship runs aground in Suez Canal, halting traffic. New data highlight disparities in students learning in person. Who's afraid of Virginia Woolf actor George Segal dead at 87. North Korea tests short-range missile but White House keeps door open to talks. Biden boosts Obamacare, extends special enrollment period. The following headlines are from The Week. Late-night hosts joke about Putin's mysterious COVID-19 vaccination, compare guns to cars. Would Boulder's assault weapons ban really have made a difference? 5 blisteringly funny cartoons about spring break super spreaders. The radical future of the pro-life movement. The best work-from-home desk chairs. Massive container ship is wedged sideways in Egypt's Suez Canal, blocking all shipping traffic. Utah governor signs bill requiring porn blocking on all new smartphones and tablets. Stephen Colbert has a cartoonish theory on how shrimp tails ended up in Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Israel's Netanyahu projected to fall short of majority in fourth election in 2 years. Vivek Murthy confirmed for second run as U.S. Surgeon General. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Strangest state, a mysterious monolith and a fat cat. Editorial, defund the constables. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Perseverance begins its science on Mars with a lasers app. Rocks and other features at Perseverance's landing site are getting Navajo names. These are the news headlines for today, Wednesday, March 24th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Owl keeps an eye out, in New York. Nova brightens in Cassiopeia. A supermassive black hole on the move. Moon and Cancer on March 23rd and 24th. Is March's full moon a supermoon? Subsurface oceans on alien worlds better for life than Earth's oceans? Olympus Mons volcano on Mars, from UAE's Hope. The next news is from Politico. 29M AstraZeneca vaccine doses discovered. European Commission to propose tougher vaccine export rules. Biden's first 100 days. The vaccines that could stop COVID-19. Trump doesn't want back on Twitter, even if he were invited. What the White House Help Is Here tour needs to get a passing grade. Without Trump to kick around, GOP's blue state got sink. I have never seen the Asian American community galvanized like this. Opinion: the filibuster isn't the key to bipartisanship, I know this firsthand. Steyer pulls the Newsom recall, offering himself as an alternative. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Ed Sheeran, Jimmy Barnes perform at Gudinski State Memorial. Liberal stalwarts warn party is in danger of extinction in WA if it doesn't clean up its act. A revolutionary chicken run. Angry parents say injecting room is not fair on our kids. Ex-St. Kevin's teacher charged over alleged conduct with student. Tasmanian Speaker says Liberal Senator questioned Brittany Higgins' drunkenness. Reigning Olympic Sevens champions desperate for matches ahead of Tokyo. Prime suspect's son details what he believes happened to Sharon Phillips. Labour MP says INSW government MP raped female sex worker. The Aussie coach at the heart of Kenya's fairy tale run to African championships. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Biden will regret the $1.9 trillion stimulus because it squanders the money he'll need for other priorities. You can now buy a Tesla with Bitcoin, Elon Musk says. Europe markets, chipmakers shine in otherwise struggling European markets. Kelly Blue Book, 2021 Maserati Levante, fabulous, fantastic, Italian flair, seriously expensive. EU set to curb exports of COVID-19 vaccines, report. The Moneyest, my husband and his ex-wife agreed that he could claim their kids on his taxes, but now she's demanding half their stimulus. Market Extra, GameStop's earnings with, but retail traders faithful even as Roaring Kitty points to $2 million paper loss. Earnings results, GameStop stock swings lower after earnings. The Moneyest, I feel un-American, I was broke in my 20s, and live in fear of debt. My wife wants to upgrade our home and life, what do I do? The Moneyest, my landlord gave me a waiver on rent as I waited for Section 8 rental assistance. 25 years later, she wants me to pay $1,700. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Apex to buy eyewear maker Rodenstock, Yahoo Finance UK. UK government issues response to AI call for views, Lixology. 2019 MEMS sensors and actuators patenting activity. 2020 report a stable IP landscape with new opportunities and increasing competition, Stockhouse. Tencent's quarterly profit jumps 175%, above forecast, Yahoo Finance UK. Samsung sued again by Solus over display panel patents, Bloomberg Law. Maxell settles patent suit against Apple over mobile tech, Law 360. Hall Booth taps former Axiomati for patent team, Law 360. Spatial launches immersive audio experiences as a service, Martech series. Olympus subsidiaries say colonoscopy tool patents were infringed, Bloomberg Law. Marshall federal jury orders Apple to pay $308 million in patent infringement case, Marshall News Messenger. The next headlines are from Quartz. Vaccine arguments, patents gamble, perfect pasta shape. India's first food delivery IPO is finally on its way, but Amazon could be a speed bump. Rising U.S. Treasury bond yields could threaten India's economic recovery. For-profit nursing homes are understaffed by design. Beijing's European sanctions are also a bid to control who tells the China story. America's businesses have discovered vaccine marketing. The screening power of Visa. Biden's infrastructure bill will make or break his climate legacy. Gamers turn Discord into a $10 billion juggernaut. The sun will power large parts of Africa's COVID-19 vaccination program. The following headlines are from TechDirt. New Year, same you, Twitch releases tools to help creators avoid copyright strikes, cannot properly police abuse. Connecticut's legislature offers a bill that would make prison phone calls free. TechDirt Podcast Episode 275, The State of Trust and Safety. North Carolina legislators push bill that would prevent cops, prosecutors from charging 6-year-olds for picking flowers. Senator Mark Warner doesn't seem to understand even the very basic fundamentals of Section 230 as he seeks to destroy it. Daily Deal, Mini White Book Scan, 2-pack. What I hope tech CEOs will tell Congress, we're not neutral. Yet more studies show that 5G isn't hurting you. Cheryl Atkinson lawsuit against Rod Rosenstein claiming she was hacked by government host. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Brian Scalabrine. Suez Canal. Flannery O'Connor. Demi Lovato documentary. George Segal. Dolly Parton. Joe Flacco. Monster Hunter Rise. Alien. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. COVID-19 to delay India's rise to world's third biggest economy, Bank of America. Russian state fund invests in Telegram as part of Messenger's $1 billion fundraising drive, despite country once trying to ban service. All options on table for removing illegal migrants, says UK's Patel, not ruling out Gibraltar as asylum seeker processing center. Hundreds of detained anti-coup protesters released in Myanmar, media. Worrying scenes as Atletico Madrid forward Musa Dembele collapses during training as medics rush to his aid, video. Russia says LNG production capacity could jump threefold by 2035. Pentagon labored for more than 20 days to create mediocre anti-Russian documents reveal. Ukrainian soldier dies after receiving Indian-made AstraZeneca COVID-19 jab, as Army warns against drawing premature conclusions. Trafficking investigation launched over Philippines immigration officers sending women into slavery. Bitcoin jumps after Musk says crypto will be accepted as payment for Tesla cars. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. 2021's bond bloodbath is the worst in decades. Tesla now accepting payment in Bitcoin, Musk tweets. Evading the dollar trap. Boulder shooter identified as 21-year-old Ahmed Alissa, charged with 10 counts of murder. Picking up where Trump left off, Biden threatens sanctions on Germany for Nord Stream 2. 1 year to flatten life as we knew it. Moscow declares no relations with the EU as Brussels has unilaterally destroyed ties. COVID restrictions to remain in place for years, says UK's public health official. Escobar, welcome to shocked and odd 21st century geopolitics. Comparing luxury investment around the world. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Bangladesh defends use of fences after deadly Rohingya campfire. India reports novel COVID-19 variant, daily deaths at year's high. You can now buy a Tesla with Bitcoin, company's tech noking. Explosion targeting police kills 3 in southwest Pakistan. Eritrean troops killed more than 100 civilians in Tigray, rights group. Suez Canal blockage sends oil prices rebounding after sell-off. Does intelligent life exist beyond Earth? Suez Canal, ships being diverted to Old Channel. India devotees celebrate Holi festival, ignore COVID restrictions. Dubai's deputy ruler Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid dies. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Poll, Doug Collins leads Republicans in hypothetical Georgia Senate primary. GOP Senator Kennedy, we do not need more gun control, we need more idiot control. Watch, Belize men's soccer team confronted by armed insurgents in Haiti. Israeli election too close to a call, though Netanyahu wins plurality. Deshaun Watson's lawyer blasts sex abuse lawsuits as false, blackmail. 24 women accused Deshaun Watson of sex assault, misconduct. Blumenthal, Republicans are complicit in all these shootings. Democrat sense, Duckworth and Hirano ready to withhold support for Biden nominees until Asian picks put forward. Top commander, Northern Triangle migrants not facing systemic persecution at home. DHS left out of White House talks in Mexico, Guatemala on stemming migrant surge at U.S. border. The next headlines are from UPI News. Tree frog named as 2021 Cadbury Bunny. Police in Kansas pull over driver going 149 miles per hour. Foul ball smashes beer, showering fans at Diablo Stadium. Jack Dorsey sells first ever tweet for more than $2.9 million. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. Easy and tasty pasta for the month of March. These are all the ways to use baking soda, part 2. 7 little known ways to remodel your home. What are the health benefits of cannabis sativa? The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Bike tires that need no air are made from NASA rover tech but soon will be available to any cyclist. Watch a life-saving moment. A man topples backwards off a balcony, but a bystander catches his foot. Chimps from 2 Czech zoos are zooming each other every day. Just one day after completing CPR training, a teen saves her friend's life using procedure she'd just learned. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Wednesday, March 24th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. iPhone 11. Asterisk. UK's 120 million Festival of Brexit to feature celebration of the British weather. PM. Question mark. Chinese woman who fought attacker to give $900,000 to charity. Asterisk. LDA. Rakesh Dakayat Parliament. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. The latest data from CERN hints at a whole new force of nature. Dacia's new $25K spring puts the Fs are too expensive argument to bed. Pixar, YouTube, and Google TV made me an entrepreneur. Here's what I learned. You cannot be addicted to social media, but it still sucks. Elon Musk says you can buy a Tesla with Bitcoin now. Robinhood is planning to go public. Here's what we know. Polk's Reserve speakers promise hi-fi sound at affordable prices. Report, Qualcomm is making an Android-powered Switch look-alike. Scientists will test the world's first nuclear fusion reactor this summer. How deepfakes could help implant false memories in our minds. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Rugby study identifies new method to diagnose concussion using saliva. Researchers hunt for drugs that keep HIV latent. Scientists observe complex tunable magnetism in a topological material. Changes in Antarctic marine ecosystems. With drop in LA's vehicular aerosol pollution, vegetation emerges as major source. Union-friendly states enjoy higher economic growth, individual earnings. New technology allows researchers to image wetland soil activity in real time. BMI1, a promising gene to protect against Alzheimer's disease. More than words, using AI to map how the brain understands sentences. Domestication and industrialization lead to similar changes in gut microbiota. The next headlines are from Information Week. What IT leaders can do to diminish fear within their teams. Texas County turns to low-code database for vaccine registrations. What IT leaders need to know about open-source software. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Wednesday, March 24th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA Ingenuity Mars helicopter prepares for first flight. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Utah advocates prepare for potential rise in refugees in U.S. Police issue alert for missing and endangered 7-year-old Utah girl. Bayou's NCAA tournament difficulty ramps up against number 3 seed Arizona on Wednesday. By defensive lineman Antinasa Mahay sat out the 2020 season with a blood clot in his brain. Now he's back in the fold. Utah Governor Spencer Cox vetoes controversial social media legislation. Quoting Brigham Young, James Huntsman sues LDS Church, seeks to recover millions in tithing. As Utah basketball coaching search goes on, Riley Batten opts for NCAA transfer portal. Utah Health, Human Services agencies to merge next year. Utah reports 15 more COVID-19 deaths. Bagley cartoon, election equalizer. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Astronomer makes navigation system for interstellar space travel. The LHC finds a tantalizing hint of new physics. U.S. health officials question AstraZeneca vaccine data and efficacy. Amazon hires former executive Adam Selipsky to run Oz. Consumer Reports, Teslas and car cameras raise privacy concerns. Warner Brothers will return to theatrical releases in 2022, ending its HBO Max experiment. Amazon delivery drivers forced to sign biometric consent form or lose job. Prince Harry joins Silicon Valley startup. The OnePlus 9 Pro has a 120Hz display, Hasselblad cameras, and costs $969. Uniswap unveils version 3 and Bit2 Stay DeFi's top dog. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Governor Pritzker signs 4 bills to make Illinois more equitable for minorities. Monroe County Health Department hosts vaccine clinic today. 100,000 COVID vaccines administered at SSM Health DePaul Hospital. Endangered person advisory issued for 11-year-old fluorescent girl. Missouri senators give initial approval to ban chokeholds, lift residency requirements for KC police. State representative wants to slow Missouri's minimum wage increase. St. Louis County Prosecutor's Office offers case review sessions with the general public. St. Louis mayoral debate recap, Jones, Spencer discuss city development, tax incentives, workhouse. Some St. Louis black leaders concerned over pace of vaccine distribution in their communities. Triple shooting in East St. Louis leaves 2 men dead and a community demanding action. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Point Loma High cancels remainder of varsity football season. South Bay community groups call on police to end use of license plate reader system. California cuts water allocation in half following second consecutive dry winter. State lawmakers show mixed support of housing migrant children at convention center. Daughter of Colorado supermarket shooting victim posts heartbreaking tribute to her dad. Is it COVID or allergies? What to look for and when to get a test. Inside supermarket shooting, employee recounts moment gunmen open fire. SoCal man survives 8-month battle with COVID-19. Homeless Antigans leave convention center with migrant shelter in the works. Postal clerk sentenced for stealing money orders from customers. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. How to spy on your child's Android phone activities. A police camera that never tires stirs unease at First Circuit. If you invested $1,000 in the SPY ETF 1 year ago, here's how much you'd have now. Israeli spy narrates arrest conditions in U.S. Model claims she was offered $70,000 to make secret Novak Djokovic sex tape. Russia tycoon sues publisher and Reuters reporter over Putin book. Presence Global launches Android app to provide peace of mind online. Review, The Courier delivers Cold War intrigue Brainerd Dispatch. Students ask professors to reconsider anti-cheat software. Students build clock with hidden CCTV camera, win Smart India Hackathon. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. 3 crew members dead in incident with Russian Tu-22 backfire bomber. Ukraine notes strong Brazilian interest in anti-tank missiles. Sikorsky contracted for engineering and technical support services of Army Black Hawk aircraft. Raytheon nabs $63 million for FA-18 radar systems repair. Standard Aero contracted for T-56 repairs in support of P-3, C-130 and C-2A aircraft. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. When Christianity was tolerated in early Qing China. China and Russia condemn sanctions, accuse West of politicizing human rights issues. Sunning.com wants an IPO for Carrefour China, to fund growth or pay debts. Image-obsessed Chinese actress apologizes for comparing her body shape to a cartoon character's. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Wednesday, March 24, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Official, Colorado shooting suspect prone to rage, delusions. Tesla vehicles can now be bought using Bitcoin, Musk says. San Jose could resume homeless encampment sweeps. San Francisco school board members move to remove vice president over racist tweets. Contra Costa County vaccine supply not impacted by increased eligibility. Asian woman who fought off attacker to donate $900K raised back to her community. San Diego Convention Center to house unaccompanied migrant children. Goldberg's star George Segal dies at 87. Honoring the victims, Warrior Steve Kerr addresses recent mass shootings. Regal Cinemas, second largest chain in U.S., to reopen in April. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Feder, life after Chicago tonight still busy for former reporter Eddie Aruza. Cook County taking appointments Wednesday for 5 sites including Des Plaines. State sees largest shipment of vaccines as COVID-19 hospitalization spike. What will happen to land planned for Route 53 extension? A task force could decide its fate. How Schomburg hopes to attract more businesses on Gulf Road. Massive cargo ship turns sideways, blocks Egypt's Suez Canal. AP journalist, other media workers return to Myanmar court. Hong Kong halts use of Pfizer vaccine, cites defective lids. Will the Cascade Drive-in Theater reopen? Stay tuned. Padres star Tatis has shoulder problem, to be reevaluated. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Seattle City Council Committee stalls on further cuts to Seattle Police Department's 2021 budget. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Malawi, Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC, Namibia. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Pakistan. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for Etna in Italy. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Wednesday, March 24th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Troy Finner could get okay to become next HPD chief today. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Montgomery ISD keeps masks, citing bureaucratic contact tracing rules. Police suspect foul play after 8-year-old boy killed in possible drowning at West Houston hotel. He was committing gross misconduct. Attorneys for HPD sergeants accused killer want officers' records. With just 50% capacity, Astros single-game tickets go on sale. Haze will decrease over Houston as a few showers return. Spring Branch ISD employee honored for taking action during fire. Planning travel? Here are some important dates for renewing travel documents. Man robs employee when he couldn't find money at Houston business. Vaccinated TX nursing home residents can now hug families, receive more visitors after a year of isolation. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Edmunds, how to get the best towing vehicle for your needs. China bashes U.S. over racism, inequality, pandemic response. The latest, Pakistan orders doses of Chinese-made vaccines. Merkel, German governors to meet on virus measures. Alternative to nursing homes get $12 billion boost in COVID-19 law. The Guardian praises Taiwan's triumph over COVID-19 compared to Britain. Former presidential spokesperson receives punishment for sex scandal. Stranded container ship blocks Suez Canal. AP journalist Thiens were released from detention in Myanmar. Japan's Toyota, Isuzu, Hino join in truck technology tie-up. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. How New York City street artists responded to the pandemic. COVID hits key lawmakers ahead of impeachment hearings, state budget deadline. NY's second round of rent relief only distributes $7 million of $60 million available. Extra, the pandemic has not been great for our backs, Bob. NJ Army reservist and locally known anti-Semite with Hitler mustache must remain jailed for role in Capitol riot. 3 dolphins spotted frolicking in East River near Greenpoint. NY Assembly Committee launches a Cuomo impeachment inquiry that could take months. Subway trains are going faster as MTA upgrades century-old signals. Former NYPD spokesperson charged in Capitol insurrection. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Hope in numbers, what will it take to tip the scales on climate action? End vaccine apartheid before millions more die. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Epic seeks documents on protest monitoring and advanced surveillance technologies from federally funded fusion centers. Scientists read minds of monkeys using new ultrasound technique. 10 killed in Colorado grocery store shooting. The Great Reset is here, follow the money. Boulder shooter Ahmed Al-Alawi Alyssa, a 21-year-old Trump hater and alleged ISIS sympathizer. Warmonger Joe Biden seems quite eager to start a war with Russia. Illegal immigrants to receive $4.38 billion in Biden bucks. Los Angeles Unified School District and Microsoft implement Daily Pass app for students. Tragedy, COVID suicides among children exceed COVID deaths. Police identify alleged shooter in Colorado grocery store mass shooting as Ahmed Al-Alawi Alyssa. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Colorado shooting victims, store staffers, cop, photographer. Photo shows massive cargo ship stuck in Egypt's Suez Canal. Colorado suspect got assault weapon 6 days before shooting. Spa witness, police reports detail carnage in Georgia. Utah governor signs measure to block porn on devices sold in state. Did Rep. Lauren Boebert repeatedly pose with AR-15s? Man accused of holding National Guard members at gunpoint. Explainer, how states are seeking to loosen controls on guns. Did NRA celebrate the overturning of weapons ban in Boulder days before mass shooting? The next headlines are from factcheck.org. The facts on the increase in illegal immigration. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Italy sees an LGBTQ hate crime up close. Will it help change the law? When COVID chaos canceled the NBA. America's most invisible women are also its most vulnerable. Washington is blue, the NRA is weak, but gun bill still in limbo. The bipartisan COVID oversight commission that never happened because partisanship. This pet stain remover may work better on human stains. Andy Cohen's reality TV State of the Union, From the Real World to the Real Housewives. The bombastic battle that could wipe out lobster rolls. What it's like when MAGA Nation wants to kill you for your movie. The modern Princess Diana Bob is here. Is it best left in the past? The next headlines are from the New York Post. Bobby Brown says fentanyl epidemic is out of control after son's death. Queen's granddaughter Sarah Tyndall gives birth to baby on bathroom floor. Flaming van rolls down steep driveway in fiery video. Boulder shooting victim, Jody Waters, remembered as friendly boutique owner. NHL ref caught on hot mic wanting to call a F-King penalty on Predators. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Global telescope creates exquisite map of black hole's magnetic field. Physicists cautiously optimistic about CERN evidence for new fundamental particle. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. U.S. health officials question AstraZeneca trial data amid push to speed up vaccinations. NASA readies helicopter for historic flight on Mars. Entrepreneur hopes to make Appalachia a hub for indoor farming. AstraZeneca may have included outdated information in COVID-19 vaccine trial report. Dr. David August on what you can and cannot do after full COVID-19 vaccination. How one indoor farm is changing how food is grown. Miami Beach imposes emergency curfew as partiers overwhelm city. State of emergency declared in Miami Beach amid spring break partying. U.S. study finds AstraZeneca COVID vaccine 79% effective. CDC warns U.S. could experience a variant-fueled COVID surge as states lift restrictions. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Los Angeles authorities investigating hate crime after driver rammed car through Stop Asian Hate rally while shouting racial epithets. Exclusive, Corey Johnson snags DC 37 endorsement for NYC controller. Half of NYC voters polled undecided on mayor's race, 16% back front-runner Yang. Black San Francisco man says Starbucks singled him out for removal, company apologizes. Boulder shooting suspect Ahmed Alissa, 21, just bought his AR-15, shot an elderly man first, what we know. CIT, fisherman physically reels an 11-year-old boy stranded on ice in Ukraine. Dumpster diver defense for man accused of stealing $1,200 in Girl Scout cookies. Asian grandma attacked in San Francisco to direct $900,000 in donations back to Asian American community. Man finds shrimp tails in cinnamon toast crunch, company promises investigation. Two Dems threaten to block Biden nominees over lack of Asian diversity in administration. The following headlines are from military.com. The Navy doesn't need another carrier right now, Admiral nominated to lead Pacific Ops says. The VA just got $17 billion in COVID relief money, here's how they plan to spend it. Army leaders to be briefed on findings from household goods shipment study. Iraq requests new round of talks with U.S. over troop presence. Here's what it costs to keep U.S. troops in Japan and South Korea. Police responding to reports of armed woman at California veterans' home say no gunmen found. U.S. drone strike case appeal to Germany's highest court. Guard troops ambushed in Texas, held at gunpoint while transporting COVID-19 vaccines. Colorado shooting leaves 10 dead in latest mass tragedy. Coast Guard monitoring lobsterman protest in Maine. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Day Watch, vaccines meant for CPS misallocated, Chicago headed in the wrong way as COVID cases rise and Ballast Point shutters brew pub. Column, to celebrate being fully vaccinated I took a trip, on the L. Black, Latinas women work to become electricians as part of first all-female class for long-time trades training program. Bronzeville, a hub of black culture in Chicago, would become one of 3 national heritage areas in Illinois under plan in Congress. Column, there's plenty of blame to go around in the alleged sexual assaults of a 10-year-old Chicago girl, let's not blame the victim. Chicago area woman, 92, survived the Holocaust, life behind the Iron Curtain and then the pandemic in a nursing home. Her daughter is desperate to visit her. Chicago man charged in December carjacking, police say. Company in charge of vaccinating CPS employees misallocated 6,000 vaccines, Chicago Health Department says, this is completely unacceptable behavior. Woman found dead after Princeton Park standoff, officials say. Column, she worked for months to bring a community fridge to Evanston and it was destroyed in a car crash, then the community stepped up. The following headlines are from phys.org. Researchers discover extinct climbing kangaroo species. Understanding the structural and chemical heterogeneities of surface species at the single bond limit. NASA Ingenuity Mars helicopter prepares for first flight. Pandora mission would expand NASA's capabilities in probing alien worlds. Gender bias in the workplace starts with communication during recruitment. Ignoring climate change will lead to unprecedented, societally disruptive heat extremes in the Middle East. Scientists assemble new reference genomes of mosquitoes to fight malaria. 1 degree of global warming causes a 50% increase in population displacement risk. Australians warned of deadly spider plague after floods. NASA will attempt first off-world flight in early April. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Wednesday, March 24th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. COVID-19 vaccine, what side effects, or no side effects, mean? Homo erectus, what do we know about our early ancestors? Programming language converts laws into provably correct computer code. Archaeologists have found prehistoric rock structures under the Great Lakes. Here's what the stones can tell us. How the Triassic extinction helped dinosaurs take over the planet. Best nootropics, top 6 most effective nootropic supplements of 2021. Top 5 natural testosterone boosters, best supplements for increasing testosterone levels. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. 5 pandemic-driven financial habits worth keeping. Olympic snowboarder Julie Pomagolski dies in avalanche at 40. Saliva test boosts efforts to detect concussions in rugby. Cosmic mouthful, tasters savor fine wine that orbited Earth. Queen Elizabeth's granddaughter's heir has third child at home. Germany appears set to drop Easter shutdown plan. Senior European official challenges Portugal over racism. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Abkarian, why renewal of Violence Against Women Act is imperative. Bridge, March 24, 2021. Horoscopes March 24, 2021, Amanda Brugel, take control of your life. Word Game, March 24, 2021. Ask Amy, I gave up smoking pot, and I'm becoming a jerk. Harriet Cole, how would someone like me enter the dating pool? Miss Manners, he wants me to commit to a tip before he does the job. Dear Abby, my son's new friendship is upsetting to me. Without Steph Curry, Warriors nearly complete comeback win over 76ers. From Oakland to Atlanta, Vickle mourns, honors victims of anti-Asian violence. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Editorial Roundup, Mississippi. Editorial Roundup, West Virginia. Bladder banned by FIFA a second time for financial wrongdoing. Books on slavery and immigration among Lucas Project winners. Miami Area University to return to pre-pandemic scheduling. Louisville police make arrest in road rage shooting. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Some younger Amazon workers in Bessemer, new to unions, are still undecided. Yes, blame Christian fundamentalism for the Atlanta murders. Minnesota police ready for pipeline resistance as Enbridge seeks to drill under rivers. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Wednesday, March 24, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Overhearing negative claims about social groups may influence development of bias in children. Meta-analysis shows children prefer people who speak like them. Alzheimer's patients' cognition improves with sarcromostim, GM-CSF, new study shows. One of global warming causes a 50% increase in population displacement risk. Midlife loneliness is a risk factor for dementia and Alzheimer's disease. How blockchain and machine learning can deliver the promise of omnichannel marketing. Extreme temperatures, heat stress and forced migration. Recharge your batteries. Deforestation, forest conversion and palm oil plantations linked to disease outbreaks. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Lawndale man charged with carjacking in West Garfield Park. Dear Abby, teen tells stepmom she's sexually active, swears her to secrecy. Resolution urges changing title of Chicago ward reps from alderman to just alder. John Wayne Gacy, Devil in Disguise, the killer speaks in the definitive history of a Chicago horror. Netting smelt, tradition returns to Chicago, not the smelt, Straycast, Montrose, Lagoons, Chinook history. Convenience store robbed in West Rogers Park. Car crashes into fast food restaurant in Vidum Park. Man fatally shot in Englewood, police. 5 shot, 1 fatally, Tuesday in Chicago. Horoscope for Wednesday, March 24, 2021. The feed from the Riverfront Times St. Louis has been removed for putting advertisements in its news RSS feed. St. Louis County plans to restart evictions. Karen Newmark expanding Sweetology to national audience post-pandemic. The Big Mad, Distracted Cops, Root Asteroids and the Corn-Cobbing of Andrew Koenig. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Michigan ranks dead last for government transparency. It's time to fix that. The Follies 2021, recognizing the year's worst in government transparency. The Republicans are not a serious party. Savage Love, what does it mean to be in good working order to be in a relationship? Free Will Astrology, March 24th to 30th. Nothing to see here. Hate crime Trump. Detroit rapper Tone to open Tony Island restaurant on the city's east side. Downtown Detroit will soon have free electric carts and they are kind of cute. Rashida Tlaib is still fighting for recurring COVID-19 relief payments, and she has an interesting idea for how to fund it. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Wednesday, March 24th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Does Rusty Hardin's statement mean Watson trade talks back on? Degree of difficulty, starting a counseling career during a pandemic. 5 reasons to get excited about the new Life is Strange. Where to get Easter Sunday meals to go in Houston. Houston Concert Watch 3/24, water parks, Samantha Fish and more. All adults in Texas can get COVID-19 vaccine shots starting Monday. Watson sued by 14th woman for sexual assault during private massages, updated. Opera in the Heights brings Lucia and Figaro to White Oak Music Hall. Music and a Message, Dend releases film In Case You Forgot I'm Black. 4 thoughts on Nick Caserio's latest Texans roster makeover phase. The next headlines are about world records making news. Christoph Milik roars to wall in second best performance all time 1 hour, 51 minutes, and 40 seconds, swam. Manish Narwhal sets new world record at Parachuting World Cup, Olympic Channel. Island offshore claims world record in North Sea, rig zone. Freediver Alexei Molchanov's latest world record, under the ice, the New York Times. At 2.3 meters, Egyptian swimmer breaks world record for the highest jump out of water, Egypt Independent. This non-typical bull elk is the new world record, outdoor life. Santorini locals will attempt a Guinness World Record on March 25th, Nias Cosmos. Bansky Painting brings a world record in Christie's $275 million sale series, Artfix Daily. A cryptocurrency entrepreneur just bought the world's largest painting, by artist Sasha Jeffrey, for a whopping $62 million, ArtNet News. A new world record for Banksy and a Pretty Little Picasso powered Christie's seemingly endless $275 million contemporary art auction, ArtNet News. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Elon Musk says Tesla now accepting Bitcoin in US. Scientists cook hot dogs in lava from Iceland's erupting volcano. Parler's ex-CEO sues, claims he was told his shares were only worth $3. Robinhood has privately filed to go public. A cyber attack allegedly knocked insurance giant CNA offline. Xiaomi's Black Shark 4 is a gaming phone with real shoulder buttons. Scientists just found a new kind of rock under the Pacific Ocean. Apple's mixed reality headset might be light AF. The Australian floods are devastating wildlife. How to turn your Mac into a streaming server. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was N'Djamena in Chad at 115.7 degrees Fahrenheit or 46.5 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Concordia in Antarctica at minus 77.26 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 60.7 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Free software advocates seek removal of Richard Stallman and entire FSF board. HBO drops full trailer for new sci-fi period drama The Nevers. Ransomware operators are piling on already hacked Exchange servers. NASA lays out plans for its first flights on Mars. Authorities raise red flags about AstraZeneca's vaccine press release, updated. Today's best tech deals, Logitech mice and keyboards, gaming headsets, and more. Valve releases Steam Link app on Apple's Mac App Store. Black Widow to Disney Plus, we finally know when, how much. FCC wants to hear from Americans who've been ignored by broadband industry. U.S. pedestrian deaths rose sharply in the first half of 2020. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Lauren Boebert ridiculed for hiding her guns before Colorado shooting interview. What happened to the assault weapon shrine? Experts explain everyone is so exhausted right now. Putin chef demands FBI remove him from wanted list. Colorado Christian baker back in court after refusing to bake birthday cake for transgender woman. Congress to grill U.S. internet giant over this information. What we know about the Colorado shooter. Thoughts and prayers but we ain't doing crap. XRNC head slams GOP for blowing off latest shooting. Massive cargo ship turns sideways in Suez Canal, blocking all traffic. Trump-loving woman has racist meltdown over mask request. It's a hoax to steal the election. AstraZeneca backs its COVID-19 shot as nations battle new surges. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. The water crisis in Jackson, Mississippi, is a dire warning sign. Only a matter of time, weary Coloradans mourn another mass shooting in their state. Senate Republicans argue Black Lives Matter and defund the police are to blame for gun violence. Biden calls on Senate to immediately pass gun reform laws in wake of mass shootings. Report, Facebook still struggles to contain misinformation. How our tax code is rigged against Black Americans. 10 people killed in Colorado supermarket mass shooting. The next items are today's top search results for Bigfoot. Sasquatch brings back Maneater with John Oates, prepares for Bigfoot Festival, Chattanooga Times Free Press. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Halle Berry joins Mark Wahlberg in Our Man from Jersey, Blue Mountain Eagle. Fact check, false claim that Buzz Aldrin saw an alien on his trip to the moon, USA Today. Essential California, will a Democrat join the recall field, Los Angeles Times. Thanks to Trump-era COVID relief bill, a UFO report may soon be public, and it'll be big, ex-official says, The Washington Post. Oumuamua, it came from another solar system, The New York Times. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Full text, experimental disease-modifying agents for frontotemporal lobar degiergep, Dove Medical Press. School-based mindfulness training is linked to neuroplasticity and improved cognitive control among 6th graders, SciPost. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Wednesday, March 24th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Wednesday, March 24th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. True Strange News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by True Strange News. All rights reserved.